Hello, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Okay, as you can see, the previous lecture video, we stopped at this slide, if you still remember, and so today I will continue back on our part 2 for topic 2. Inshallah, by today we will finish our topic 2. Okay. All right. So in the previous, if you still remember, I stopped about the balance scorecard, whereby the measurement used by the company in order to measure on how their financial perspective and an internal perspective, customer perspective, and also innovation and learning perspective. So as you can see also from here, this is how we want to know whether the measurement that we made is leading to the company to successful, or maybe there is a lagging measure. Lagging measure in here meaning they have some gap, they have some loop, okay, they have some the things that they have to improvise in the future. Bermaksud ada sesuatu benda yang mungkin ada kita kata yang tidak sampai untuk capai objektif atau goal company tersebut, maka ada berlaku sesuatu di tengah-tengah plan tersebut dan menyebabkan mereka harus memperbaiki planning mereka semua. Jadi that is a lagging part, okay. Then you have to remember whatever that we plan somehow is not according to what we expected. Kita tak boleh anggap apa yang kita plan tu, kita kerancang tu akan dapat seperti mana yang kita kehendaki. Jadi that is a lagging measure. So this is some point of view on how the company been measured up, and then the tools okay they use is called as balance scorecard. Dinamakan sebagai card score lah. Keseimbangan card score tu macam mana mereka boleh mengatasi dari segi somehow they are succeed, okay, and maybe they have some financial problem, or sometimes they are succeed but in other way customer complain. Somehow they have lots of innovation and learning and perspective, but it's not made with the customer requirement. Customer feel difficult to use. So this is something that the thing have to be ponder. Kena fikir-fikirkan untuk kita kita kata perbaiki sesuatu quality of the product or services. Okay, so we moving on to the next one. Okay, the Baldrige classification of performance measures. So this is some of the scholars' name. According to Baldrige, this is how they used to measure up the performance of the company or the product or the services itself. The first one, the product and service outcome, how it could be, what will happen, and what had happened. So it's different. What will happen is what you expected. Okay, apa yang you harapkan, jangkakan akan berlaku. But what had happened mean apa yang telah berlaku means that past tense, right? Okay, so the product and service outcome meaning to say it had happened. Okay, it already happened, and you can see and you can have some like maybe some of point of view and brainstorm. Okay, this is the product should be, should A should become A, but at the end the outcome become B, so it's not meet the requirement. So we have to going back, okay, and reverse and maybe brainstorm back, what is the lacking part, okay, why the product from A to B and why the product is not A to A, for example. So they have to go with like revisation and improvise it that. And the second one, when we're talking about service outcomes, right? Whether the service meet the requirement of the customer, whether the customer is satisfied. So this is the thing also you have to look into the measurement, okay? And the second one, in terms of the customer focus outcomes, okay? Because somehow certain of the product and services, they used to see how the customer really satisfied it. requirement from the customer have been fulfilled. Keperluan customer ataupun pelanggan tersebut telah dipenuhi. So what is the outcomes? Okay, they feel that there is no complaints, the customer is satisfied. After use that product, they have some free warranty, free installation, free services, okay, that we call so-called as the after sales warranty, for example. So the customer feel like very appreciate, even like it's just like recognition and compliment when yeah, we treat the customer as the king and queen, right? So this is the thing that we have to focus, what is the customer outcomes, okay, looking into what is their response. Okay, kita tengok apa yang kita boleh lihat dari segi sudut apakah dia punya tindakan dan apakah dia punya, kita kata, maklum balas tentang when tentang apa yang diguna produk atau servis kita. And the third one, financial and market outcome. So this is goes into the financial itself, okay, whether when we produce the product or we offering the services to the customer, it really gives some impact, positive impact to the financial, whether our sales is boost up, whether the sales is decreasing or totally, yeah, is looking into that the financial is not good, okay, it's going to in the adverse effect, for example. And how the market itself, so whether when we entering the market share, it really gives some positive competitions among the competitors. So we look into this view, okay. And then the fourth one is in terms of human resource outcome. So this looking into who is the capable and selected to be a part of your group and team of the company, because we are looking into the potential people out there. Okay, when we open up, when we do some recruitment selection, so we hiring the right people at the right time at the right job. And these people, when you recruiting them and selecting them, hiring them, you pay for their salary, you pay for their wage, okay, their wages. So what in the contribution on that? So we can see that the company maybe have some good productivity. So it's come from the human resource outcomes. So meaning to say you are success in order to select the right people at the right place at their right job. So the effect will goes to the human resource outcomes. And the next one is goes to organizational effectiveness outcomes. So this is so called as like how the company really effective. Okay, for example, like I told just now, right? You recruit the right people at the right time, at the right job, and then indirectly the company shows something like a very good and positive productivity. So this is one to say that the organization really hiring the right people, okay, and they're able to actually contribute to the successful of the company. So that is what we call effectiveness outcomes. And we can say that the output, not only just the product and the services, and the customer also satisfied. So it's mirroring the organization is have a good positive impact. Okay. And then the last one, leadership and social responsibility outcome. So this is a, when come to CSR, or we can say that social responsibility, right? Corporate social responsibility. I really like to touch on the what happened in this current pandemic COVID-19, right? So we can see multiple and numerous of the company, corporate company is coming and giving their big hand to help the needy, for example, for those people, because we know this kind of pandemic is really give some uh, how to say that, is really give impact especially to the income, right, whereby people have to lose their job. And then some people they don't have like even the basic needs, right, they have lost it because the breadwinner is losing the job. Okay, so maksudnya kat sini orang yang mencari pendapatan kehilangan kerja. Jadi kehilangan pendapatan. And if you realize, there have many in this social media right now is keep booming out, and then there is also the campaign of white flag, okay, whereby those needy needs, you just raise up your flag and then people will come and help. That is what we call that you are keeping helping, okay, it's not just only individual, okay, person or your neighborhood. Somehow the corporate company also come into and giving this big hand, and this is showing a good things. Okay, is portraying your company is concerned about what these citizen and people needs. Okay, so I believe that this is come from the leadership, those the CEOs, the top management. Maybe they keep on urge of their staff to look into maybe which maybe some of the DD house, or maybe personal or individual people who need their helps, and maybe they open up something like what we call what campaign, right? Something like who want to do some like donors. Okay, you can go to this account and then they collect those monies, and then they buy all those things and then they give. This is something like wow. Okay, if not, we do not know, even individual person, even the NGOs itself, or even the company itself, okay, is they really give some concern. Okay, if this is not happen, I'm not praying that this COVID-19 should happen, but what we can see, the wisdom behind it. Okay, we can see a lot, especially Malaysian people. Okay, I'm not saying that the foreigners, but the foreigners also come into hand. For your information, student, when we look into this current issue, right? So everybody are united. Okay, everybody are cooperate each other to help, because we know without their helps, okay, how people want to survive. And if I relate with the current issue, what happened right now, because of the desperate life, what happened, they maybe come to the end. So what happened, they used to choose the last resort, whereby some of them is taking some. I can say that maybe that particular person, maybe they feel like, how to say simple word, maybe the last resort. Okay, they cannot survive. uh, but don't do that. Students, don't do that. Believe me, everything happens, there must be a wisdom, and the God and Allah will hear your prayers, right? So do not take the last resort as to kill yourself, to have your suicide, because if in Islam itself we are not permissible. You are not even smell the fragrance of the paradise, right? When you are taking that action, don't do that. Okay, I said don't do that. You can come, and maybe there is many ways more actually. Keep your good prayers, and then I believe that there there will be someone coming to you, okay, and giving this hand. Okay, so yeah, this is the real thing what happened today, right? Okay, and then we having this strategic planning. Okay, what means strategic planning? Meaning to say how you concern on how you take an action by plan, a very strategically. You plan for the most effective way on how to improvise and boost your company qualities. Okay, so the strategy is the pattern of decisions that determines and reveals the company goals, policies, and plan to meet the needs of its stakeholders. Remember, when we're talking about stakeholders, we're talking about the shareholder. Shareholder meaning a person and the party that have some shares, okay, in this particular company, but stakeholder who has the vested interest towards you. So to you and your company, for example, your suppliers, your customer, what we call social media, even those public relations, okay, those the people have that vested, yang mempunyai minat, pengaruh terhadap business you. Okay, so strategic planning is something like a plan, the process by which the members of an organization envision its future and develop the necessary procedures and operation to carry out that vision. So meaning to say in here, they used to plan, and then they have some strategically and also meticulous step-by-step procedures, and then they have to make sure that this will be achieved within how many years. Okay, there's something like milestones to that. Okay, dia ada jalan-jalan liku-liku yang perlu dilalui lah. They have some steps on that in order to achieve that. So they have to plan it very meticulously. Meticulous ni bermaksud kita kena rancang dengan secara terperinci, kita kena rancang dengan baik untuk membolehkan kita dapat mencapai because vision they were talking about future goals. So maybe the future goals within 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So let's say now is 2021, 2026 is to ensure that you can achieve the vision. Okay, so it takes like a long time because this is something not like the vision. Vision mostly is short-term goal, but vision mostly is goes to a long-term goal. All right. So we're moving on to the next one, the goal of the strategic planning. Just now I mentioned about long term. Okay, so plan for the long term and understand the key influences, risks, challenges, and other requirements that might affect the organization, future opportunity, and direction. So when looking into this statement, I like to urge you all how you think about the SWOT analysis. Okay, what is your strength? What is your weaknesses? So that is in internal part, and what is your opportunity, and also what is your traits. Okay, so why I'm saying that, because I see the keywords in here that has like the key influences, that is your strength. Okay, risks, we're talking about threats. Okay, challenges, we're talking also about threats, and also other requirement affect the opportunity. Opportunity is opportunity, and when we're talking about some direction, we're looking into what you want to achieve in the future. So maybe like we can say like the second point in here, project the future competitive environment to help detect and reduce competitive threats, shorten reaction time, and identify opportunities. So this is all about the SWOT analysis, you know. So for those maybe this is your first time, maybe listen out and hearing out the term SWOT. SWOT means S strength, W is weaknesses, O is opportunities, and T is threats. Okay, so why we should do this? Because when we talking about SWOT analysis, something like 4 quadrant, ada 4 petak yang di sebelah at my left side here, we talking about the internal factor. So internal factor, we are looking and into the analysis on what is the strength of the company, what is the weaknesses of the company, and for the external factor, it goes to opportunities and also threats. So here, when they say project the future competitive environment, meaning to say you want to actually predict, okay, or you want to plan for on how the environment, competitive environment among your competitors and you can able to detect some of these SWOT analysis. For example, shorten reaction time. Because when you're able to know what is your threats, what is your weaknesses, you're able to capture, okay, this is my weaknesses, this is my challenges and risks. So how I want to cope with this problem, how I want to cope with this risk, how I want to cope with these challenges. So there is the way, blah, 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 blah. So this is a strategy. Okay, we are taking about how we want to solve the problem. Jadi bila kita menyelesaikan masalah dalam masa waktu yang pendek, sebenarnya kita mempunyai strategi yang baik. Jadi when you having a very shortened period to solve the problems in a very shortened time, actually it's giving some other way in order to find out what is you can do in order to improvise your best strategy. So this is a very simple. This is a people can think it out and then they try to capture up, okay, how to solve it and solve it in a good way and also effective way. All right, and the third one, develop action plans and deploy resources, particularly in human resource to achieve alignment and consistency and provide a basis for setting and communicating priorities for ongoing improvement activities. So we must develop action plans, okay? And of course, the action plans is only not just my plan is A, okay? No, when we are planning goals, we are planning students, we are planning A to Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, up to Z, 26 alphabet, right? We need to say you are not relying only one plan. Why I say so? Because we have to know everything happen somehow. We cannot expect that what we plan we will be expected be like that. A to A, no, okay? Somehow we predict, we plan A, all suddenly it's become B. It's not like what you expected. So that's why when plan A is not goes well, we go with the plan B. When plan B is not goes well too, we go to the plan C. Okay, kita akan cuba buat sehabis baik agar plan-plan yang kita rancang tadi dia boleh dicapai. Tapi tidak boleh bersandarkan pada satu plan sahaja. You cannot rely on one plan. Okay, that is in the business people, entrepreneurship people, as a good managers, because quality management will be goes with the quality managers, of course, right? So this is how the way you think. Okay, and then of course, to achieve alignment, you maybe you can come into how it's been what's mean alignment. Alignment meaning to say to ensure that you can together, you move and direct together. Macam kita bawa kereta kan, when the alignment is not goes well, maybe the car will be go to the left or right? So the same thing too when you drive some goal, okay, you want to achieve some goal, you have to make sure the alignment is together. You and your subordinates, you and your colleagues, you and your managers, you and also your top managers. So they are aligned together and consistent and provide a setting communicating. This is very important. You have to communicate. You cannot just say you do this, and you not even communicate, because this will be conflict. Conflict will be arise because whatever you maybe the direction is coming to you, this is how the way you understand. But all of a sudden your boss is expected in the another way. So that's the reason you have to communicate. Boss, do you want to be like this? Like this? This is what my oh no, my understanding what I'm asked you to do is blah 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 blah. So that's the importance to communicate. You and your friends, you and your parents, you and your family, okay, even with your lecturers, we have to communicate, right? Okay, and then there's in here priorities for ongoing improvement activity. Of course, communication is the very fundamental for improvement. Kena. Bila kita komunikasi, sebenarnya kita untuk memperbaiki apa yang kita lakukan. And ensure that ensure that the deployment will be effective. Dia kata pastikan deployment dia macam ni ni term HR. Okay. Deployment meaning to say you take some people, okay, to this particular department in order to make sure that these people can increase the productivity of that department. Maybe this person, they are very talented, they are very skillful, they can manage department A, they can manage, he or she can manage B, department B, he or she can manage department C. So when they see the potential of this person, they deploy it, dia ambil orang ni. So why not you manage this department C? So that's why this deployment have to be effective, not deployment for the purpose just transfer because you want to demote these people. Demote ni maksudnya kita macam nak bagi penalty lah. Kita nak kenakan hukuman sebab dia tak meet KPI contohnya. Kita transfer kat tempat lain. No. Okay. Kalau dalam HR practice, when deployment, there should be the reason why people have been transferred here, and then these people can increase, okay, this particular department. For example, the contribution, sumbangan hasil daripada orang ni dipindah kat situ, company tu semakin bagus ataupun department tu semakin menaik dia punya prestasi. Okay. And that measurable system enables tracking of the action plan achievement in all area. Macam Miss bagi tahu tadi lah. The reason why people be deployed, the person, the managers, because this, they want to make sure that the action plan being taken can achieve in maybe 1 year, 6 months, or maybe 5 years. Okay, there must be a reason on that. Okay, now we're moving on to the strategic planning process. Okay, so we do have the environmental assessment. Okay, as we actually have code. Okay, because this is the diagram, and then we have also strategy development and also action plan. So they have numerous factors. So what is this? This is the thing that we already explaining. I already explained and discussed with you all previous slide, and they also have to put into here. Okay, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they have 9 here. And then they also have the strategic development. Okay, they have forecast, analysis models, and also business intelligence. So they have 4. And the last one, we have action plan. They have deployment. Okay, so yeah, we're moving on to the next one. For you to do in this mind map, I urge you to use this one. So this one is much diagram. So it's more visualized. Okay, so mission. Apa tu mission? If you ask me, you do this term since ITB class, Introduction to Business class, right? What is mission? Mission is the short term goal. Okay, goal pendek, jangka masa pendek. Okay, definitions of the product and services, market, customer needs and distinctive competencies. Okay, so that is okay. Vision, for example, Procter and Gamble. Who is Procter and Gamble? This is all we can say, all the basic needs products company. For example, toiletries products, right? Like Colgate. So this come from P&G. Okay, shampoo, your soap, everything. Okay, we will provide product of superior quality and value that improve the life of the world consumer. So this is the example of the vision by Procter and Gamble company. So let's say you are the company who selling halal products. Okay, so your mission to ensure that we can produce halal product in Malaysia in this year and achieve like 1.2 millions profit within 2021, for example. So that is mission, meaning in this short-term goal and what you want to actually achieve. Okay, and now we're moving on to the next one, vision. Vision mostly goes to like a future goals. Okay, so where the organization is headed, ke mana arah tuju company ini, and what it intends to be, what you want to be. Then mostly they are very brief and memorable, because why memorable? Senang kan diingat. Okay, for example, everyone can fly. Contoh mesti kita fikir kenapa semua orang boleh terbang. That's come from Asia line, right? So very memorable, meaning to say easy, easy to remember, and it's grab attention. Why people fly? Oh, it's related to the airlines company. So this company is how to say, provide service airline, whether domestic or international flight. Okay, and it's a very cheap and consider affordable to those who are maybe never using this airline in the services. Okay, and then number two, inspiring and challenging. It's create the excitement. Okay, inspiring and challenging. So that's why a certain vision they really inspired, something like just do it, like from Nike, right? So it inspiring. Okay, it giving some like push factor and motivation. Okay, just do it. Okay, no need to just particularly just bothered whatever people want to say about you, just do it. Okay, for example. And the third one, descriptive of an ideal state and provide guidance. Okay, so this is something like what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve, so they give some like guidance on that. Okay, and appealing to all the stakeholders employees can identify with. So meaning to say, the stakeholder feel warm with you, and employees feel also they are being welcome and recognized through this. Okay, so it goes and applied to all. It's not just necessarily to the customer as well, but it goes together with the employee, because you're talking about vision. You're not talking about the top management only. So you are talking about the whole of the people in that particular company. Okay, you are talking about the team. Okay, you are talking about the group work, okay, of the company to achieve these long-term goals. Okay, example, Selectron be the best and continuously improve. So meaning to say, in order to become the best among the best, okay, so that's why the reason why we have to keep continuously improve. What's that? Okay, in the Japanese word is called kaizen. 0.01% consider improvement every day times with 360 days, 365 days a year. There is multiple percentage that you are already achieved for improvement. Okay, so we're moving on to the values, the guiding principles. Okay, what is the values? Nilai-nilai. Okay, apakah kita kata kat sini prinsip untuk memandu kita ke arah nilai positive? Of course, it's positive value. Number one, define attitudes and the policies for all employees, which are reinforced through conscious and subconscious behavior at all levels of the organization. So dia kata mengenal pasti dari segi kita kata attitudes, okay, kita kata tingkah laku dan juga polisi. Polisi ni tentang undang-undang untuk pekerja kita dan bagaimana mereka bukan mereka tingkah laku dan polisi tersebut mampu memandu mereka ke arah kesedaran conscious and mungkin subconscious separuh kesedar tentang tingkah laku mereka bila kita mewakili sebenarnya kita punya company. So let's see, like me, I'm working in International Islamic College. You are student International Islamic College, right? So we are bring some the game. We are bring our attitudes, and these policies from IIC giving some rules. Dekat mana kita boleh bertindak. Okay? So as a lecturers and you as a student, where is our barriers? Dekat mana halangan-halangan tertentu yang kita tidak boleh teruskan tindakan melampaui batas contoh. Okay, so we have to bear in mind that is the guiding principle. So do with our religion. Why certain religion prohibited to drink alcohol? Okay, I think believe all religion prohibited on drinking alcohol. And why certain religion prohibit from gambling? Okay, so there is a guiding principle on that. Okay, and then the second, for example, Federal Express, we will be helpful, conscious, and also courteous. Courteous. It's not courteous. It's courtesy actually, courteous and professional to each other and the public. We will strive to have the completely satisfied customer at the end of each transaction. So this is the value promised by Federal Express to ensure that everybody will keep on helpful. Okay, Federal Express, if you do not know what is the company is doing, there's something like JNT, okay, Post Malaysia, Post Laju, so that they are courier services, okay, uh, a lot right now, right? So they have to make sure they have the professional, even though you have some conflict. This is an I think like in the previous month or maybe yeah, I think like this year, right? JNT, some of the workers in the Perak area having some. I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I believe that I read the right news on that. Having some what we call conflict because they actually need some how to say to be paid over time. Okay, their payment have to be they urge for that and then all of a sudden there is like a picket on that. Okay, so what happened, they still working but they used to have rebel. How they rebel, maybe certain product customer parcel everything they have just yeah put into not in the right way. So what happened, yeah, we can find out some customer complaints like the product maybe fragile. Okay, um, it's not in the right way. And yeah, this is might be happen because the stakeholders is not satisfied with you. Okay, so that's why it become like that. So we have to think about the professional, how you want. Maybe we can discuss on the particular part on that. Okay, all right. So why I'm going on that? Okay, so we go to the environmental assessment. So we have the customer and market requirement, expectations, and opportunities. So what in here? Okay, so we're looking into how the assessment be made towards the customer, how we assess the customer, what is the market requirement, and what is the customer expectation, and what we can gain from the market opportunity. So this is all about the SWOT analysis. And of course, I also instead of SWOT analysis, I also like to plus with this PAS or PASTEL. T is P for political, E is economic, S is social, T is technology, E is ethics, and L is a legal system. So that is PASTEL. So if you see from here, when we're talking about technological and other innovation, this is something like boom up during this time, right? You realize or not during this pandemic, COVID-19, technology become a very important in our daily life. Starting from here, you are having with me with this video lecture with other people's okay work. I believe your parents also working, right? And also you as you yourself as the students, technology is everywhere right now. Even we want to buy our daily what to say, daily needs. Okay, also somehow they are not being provide in this virtual, how to say, in this face-to-face or physical stores, and that permissible us to buy it online. Okay, yeah, so it's something like never in my mind before. I believe that you also with me. I'm so sorry, I want to take actually my phone. Okay, because it's almost the time, right? Almost the time, because I believe that you are waiting for me. Okay, so I will, because this video is not still have how to say, the link. So after this, I will go with the link on that. Okay, so when we're talking about this, okay, um, it's become a part of our life right now. I never had my mind that I will teach my student, I will lecture my student using this video cam. I started with my YouTube, but my YouTube is a basic YouTube, meaning to say I'm not using it 100%, but I don't have cross in my mind that I will do like this, again, my work until now. Okay, it's almost 2 years, right? We are living in our house and stay at home, of course, for the sake of the society. Okay, we're hoping that this COVID-19 will be flushed away, and yeah, everybody is waiting for that, right? Okay. Um, yeah, looking into innovation. Okay. I believe that you miss the moment that you want to go to class, even though somehow some of you don't like to go to class, right? Especially my class. What we miss it. I really miss it. Okay. I really miss my student when I keep on lecturing on if they are late for my class, right? And then I miss the moment having you in the class doing something silly jokes with me. Okay, even me and myself also doing silly jokes with you all, right? So yeah, okay. I believe one day we coming back as normal, but we waiting for that, right? Until everything is okay. Okay, all right. So organizational strength and weaknesses, I believe also they come. Okay, beside that, in technological part, I also want to tell you, whereby there is a lot of, especially in the business like food business, there is the existence of all the courier services, like even delivery services like Foodpanda, Grab, okay, Lala Mover. Okay, we have a lot of the company right now in Malaysia. So this is actually triggered by this technology. If not, they can't survive, right? Even you can see that like SME business, mini restaurants, even though like the hawkers also using these services. So this is something like the, how to say that, um, the paradigm, okay, is technological paradigm and evolution, whereby everybody can have an access technology, and even we have like my sejahtera. Okay, this is something like I really proud as a Malaysian. We have this like a system whereby I believe if not happen this COVID-19, we don't have this kind of system. Okay, so everything that we can see from this my sejahtera. Okay, and then also we have the organizational strengths and also weaknesses. So when we're talking about this financial, societal, ethical, regulatory, and other potential risks, I told you before, right, that um is talking about the pastor, right? So I believe, okay, I believe that there is a reason why um, we need to really concern on this financial part, because during this pandemic, as I told you before, um, it's not easy. Okay, it's not easy because number one, we're looking into the parts of a very desperate of the company looking into the sources, and as I told you before, this is something that we have to go into. I need some permission to you all because I want to post this If not, you all will be waiting for me. Um, yeah, this about the financial issue that we have to ponder because everything needs some, how to say that, everybody is looking into how to say that, the best way, right? How to survive in this company right now, because everybody is really at a very limited and a very shrink, okay, in order to, how to say that, to survive. It's not easy, but I believe Allah have there with us, and also God with us, will help us. Don't stop, don't stop, and don't even give up. Keep praying during these very difficult times, right? The most, our prayer is heard by Allah and God. Trust me on that. Dalam waktu yang sangat genting dan sukar ni, doa kita sangat didengar oleh Allah dan didengar oleh Tuhan kita. Jadi kita kena sentiasa tawakal, kena sentiasa kita panggil. Ada term Arab kan, we have to be really believe, okay, that Allah heard us, or God hear us. And I know some of my students, because mostly I'm teaching final year student, entrepreneurship, international business. This is new also quality management. They are working. My beloved student is working out there. Whereby at the same time, if I have quiz, they stop nearby for those who the riders, right? Um, and then they will do the quiz. After settle the quiz, they will say to me, "Madam, I'm done. I want to continue my job." I really said, my student is having difficult life out there. That's why when some of my students, maybe they cannot how join the class, let's say like live lecture, for example, right? I used to ask them, "Do you working?" Yes, madam. I'm working as a rider. Mostly like the boys, you are working as a rider, and somehow certain of them helping their moms, and even the girls, I do not know, but I believe some girls you can work like maybe like physically, or maybe somehow they also do part time as a cashier, if I'm not mistaken. This is my previous experience with some of your friends. So because of the financial part, okay, and please, I want you to be strong, okay, together. Whatever happen, please be strong. And if you need some, like, how to say, to let someone hears you, I can lend my ears to you kan. Saya ramai lah dulu. Saya bukanlah nak cakap apa tak. Maksudnya student saya yang mungkin nak cakap dengan ibu bapa tu macam susah sikit kan. To tell your parents, because your parents also having difficult life, and your parents also have the problems, okay, to entertain your other siblings, and you are the maybe the one who are in your family yang mungkin tu yang matured, yang dah dewasa kan. Jadi mungkin ada tempat yang nak meluahkan. Okay, I will be with you. Okay, insyaAllah I will try to listen out. Okay, maybe you don't want to call, or maybe you want to text. Okay, I'm fine with that. But the best thing, you have to release to the person that you trusted. Okay, you kena faham yang you kena, kita kata apa, pada orang yang you percaya. Okay, sebab kalau you pada yang tak percaya, they will, how to say it, they will say like, um, they will say like, I, why you are not strong. Okay, okay, I'm so sorry. I also have to, yeah, sorry, yeah. um, some I have to do here. Your screen is paused. Okay, I'm not paused, but I feel like very touched when it comes to the financial part, because I know even me, you yourself, okay, my students, you also have the problems, right? So I want you to be strong. This is something like we have to ponder. Okay, not only the company, not only we learn that the company having the problem, blah 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 blah. You also have the problem, right? Okay, so be strong. Okay, I just want to read it. Actually, this financial part is related to the company, but somehow this is a very big issue right now. People looking for additional income. No, it's a basic income actually. Okay, and then societal, meaning to say the society itself, ethical. We're talking about how ethical you are, whether it's the right things to do when you are in this company. Is it the right things to do when you the company B, or whether the right to do when you go with the company? Because ethics is different from each particular place and culture. Okay, and then regulatory, we're talking about the policies. We're talking about the rules. Okay, who is the ruler of the country is the government, and other potential risks, and then it's reflect to the company as well. Okay, and then the changes in global or the national economy, and the factors unique to the organization, such as the partners and uh, supply chain needs. Okay, wait, I worry if I'm used to like, yeah, oops. All right. The third one, the five changes in the global or national economy. So I believe during this pandemic, is reflect all, not only our country as nation, is reflect to international worldwide, especially the worldwide country. Because it's involving like export and import. Okay, and also is involving the transaction international trade. Okay, that you have to know, because this is particularly reflects to our GDP and also GNP. GDP, gross domestic product, GNP, gross national product. So whether we want to import or export other country product, or other country want to import our product, is depend on this. Because during this pandemic, they have to limit certain of the product and services goes to outside, right? And even to enter in Malaysia. So factors unique to the organization, such as the partner and supply chain needs. So when we're talking about factors unique to the organization, meaning something differentiation services or product differences that you offer to the company. Maybe they need some like particular partners and supply chain that not in the normal supply chain, right? Because the product and also services is unique, so they forcing them to find out in another way around, but not looking into the grey market. So in here it means that you have to look into the suppliers that have a very niche or very rare products. Okay, so we're moving on to the next one. I give simple example. For example, before this is very difficult. We want to get like K94, even like N95 mask, right? But right now, after the innovation been done by those the mask designer, so this product is already flooding in the market, especially in Shopee. But make sure you don't buy the fake one, buy the original to make sure that the effectiveness of the usage. Nak pastikan betul-betul penggunaan, jangan tengok harga sahaja. Betul, kita faham kita kena berjimat di kala ni, tapi biar asasnya penggunaan tu biar efektif, berkesan. Because I believe instead of we have a very good and kind seller, somehow the another way around, some seller they are take for granted, because they know the buyer will buy and they're very desperate. So what they did, they do the fake one, they duplicate and then they fraud those the design, and assuming that it's like a original one. So what happened, the effect is goes back to the customer. So dia guna mungkin dia kita semula benda tu kan, untuk jimatkan kos. Lepas tu benda tu mungkin ada some not the right way. So my Recommendation, you buy something like all the particular what we call needs for your like monthly okay. I think because it's internet. Okay, now okay. Alright, now we're moving on to the next one. As you can see in here, strategies and action plan. Strategies are broad statement. Strategi ni adalah statement yang sangat besar lah dan meluas. And that set the direction for the organization to take in realizing its mission and vision. So whether it goes to the short term goal or long-term goals. So strategic objectives are what an organizations must change or improve to remain or become competitive. So when we looking into the objective, strategy objective, so whether you want to change or improve, it depends on how the result of the company. If the company giving some positive result, maybe you have to remain. Or maybe if is something like negative result, okay, so you should give some idea. You have to brainstorm with your top people, top management people, okay, on how to improvise the things to become better, to improvise untuk membaik pulih dan memperbaiki. And then action plans are things that an organization must do to achieve its strategic objective. So action plan ni adalah tindakan susulan lah, tindakan yang dirancang untuk memastikan dia boleh goes together with the objective. Alright. So we're moving on to the strategy implementation after they do the task of these what we call strategic objective, strategic plan, and then they go with the developing details action plan, defining resource requirement, apakah sumber-sumber yang diperlukan untuk memperbaiki menjadi lebih baik, and performance measure, how the tools to measure, apakah kita kata macam mana prestasi itu diukur, alatan apakah cara method yang digunakan, aligning work unit, okay, kita samakan, seimbangkan work unit, supplier or partner plans with overall strategic objective. So kita kena seimbangkan semua untuk kita capai objektif-objektif tertentu, whether it's mission, whether it's vision. Okay, so policy deployment according to Hoshin kindly. So looking into the name, you know that this is the Japanese name. So according to the policy deployment by Hoshin Kanri, top management vision leading to long-term objectives. Selalunya urusan atasan akan membuat satu kita kata plan, okay, perancangan tu secara jangka masa panjang ataupun objektif yang untuk kita capai dalam masa jangka panjang 5 tahun, okay, contohnya. So deployment through annual objective and action plan, sebab tu kita kata ada business plan, so meaning a year, okay, so that is according to the action plan that we taken within a year, what you expected next year. Let's say this year is 2021, so what is the business plan for 2022, for example? So into 2021, you already think about 2022. So the year plan in 2021 will already been think in the year 2020. Okay, so negotiation for the short-term objective and resources is called as a catch ball. So sebarang bentuk perbincangan ataupun kita kata negotiation kan, macam mana kita untuk nego lah, mempertimbangkan dari segi objektif secara jangka masa pendek ni, dan juga sumber-sumbernya kita namakan sebagai cash ball, bola yang ditangkap. Itu bahasa ni lah, tapi ni term lah, cash ball. And of course they have periodic review. So periodic reviews ni bermaksud review yang perlu dibuat secara berkala. Whether a year you can predict within 4 times a year, whether quarter month, January to April, May to August, okay, from August maybe to September. So that one is triple times. Or maybe you can make like for first year, early year and then end of the year twice. Boleh buat dalam awal tahun ke hujung tahun ataupun tiga kali dalam setahun ataupun mungkin January to March for example, and then April to June, July to September, and then October to December, 4 times. Okay, it depends how consistently and how you able to review, how kita panggil concurrently, bagaimana kita kata konsisten dan kecekapan you, uh, ataupun kita panggil kekerapan lah, persistency kan, nak buat kita kata monitoring tu. Okay, and then this is Hoshin planning. Is start like if you can see they have 1, 2, 3, 4 dimension here, and then they have subset here. You realize strategic resources, they have subset with the action schedule. They have measure here, Hoshin plan, they have review within this what we call action schedule and vision objective. And then for the strategy resources, they have subset within this the Hoshin plan, measure and goal. So this is how this implementation, senior management and managers, this is those people that have to think about on how this Hoshin planning. So this is one term. So this is also good to be added into your mind map. Okay, so linking human resource plan and business strategy. So changes in strategy, okay, often require changes in HR plan. Example, redesign of the work organization to increase empowerment or teamwork, and then changes in labor management partnership. Ni dari segi sudut sumber manusia lah, how you relate to those people. Redesign ni meaning to say you design their work and then maybe you have to put them in team A and then team B. This one we call as cross-functional. Okay, so redesign. Okay, when we put this person A to department B is very good. So they give some positive impact, for example. And changes in level, you have changed your level, and then management partnership, they have something like kita panggil revisiting ataupun kita panggil pertukaran the position tu. Okay, maybe the organization structure have been changed. Okay, and then directed the training and education. This is the most important because you keep on giving some knowledge and also lesson and training what is the new updates in the market trending right now about the particular industry that you goes. Okay, and then you keep educate them so they not like frog under the lip. Dia tak macam katak buah tempurung lah. So you akan sentiasa knowledgeable and improve processes for knowledge sharing. So you keep on having your, how to say that, to make sure that your process of knowledge sharing is together. So your colleagues, your subordinate, your managers, top management keep on sharing and updating the knowledge for the purpose for knowledge sharing. Okay, now we're moving on to the next one. This is illustrative example. Critical success factor and strategy objective. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see in here they have customer satisfaction, strengthen the customer relationship by improving the responsiveness, for example quickness, fastest delivery, and the human resource plan, implement new training program for frontline staff. Okay, how you want to train them, for example like in the customer service. Okay, employee satisfaction, encourage employee development and career planning to capitalize on workforce diversity, develop, implement and deliver online training courses. Yeah, we have to equip your people, okay, with a very high technology training, require leadership rotation in team projects. And in terms of the market growth, pursue new and expanded market opportunity, actively participate on marketing teams to determine HR requirements and develop a hiring plan for new product development and market initiative. And world-class performance, improve the process quality, support the Six Sigma training initiative. And the last one, reduce cost to world-class benchmark level, develop lean expertise throughout the workforce. Okay, so yeah, that one you can read. Okay, the low notes also have. The requirement for effective strategic planning, number one, definable approach for developing company strategy. Macam mana kita nak pastikan strategic planning itu berkesan? Pertama, kita kena bangunkan yang paling terbaik, definable, yang betul bersesuaian dengan company strategi, bukan ikut-ikut daripada company lain. Number two, a clear company strategy with action plan derived from it and human resource plan related to the action plan. Kena ada kesinambungan antara company strategi dan juga action plan yang lain. Dia tak bukan syok sendiri buat by department. Okay, department HR buat dia punya plan, department strategi atau management buat dia punya department plan lain. Lepas tu kita combine. Dia macam buat assignment, tak boleh macam tu. Must be interrelated. Kena ada kesinambungan. And the third one, an approach for implementing action plan. So there must be a way on how to do the action plan. Action plan ni adalah tindakan susulan ataupun tindakan perancangan. Jadi kita kena buka open table, do some brainstorming, barulah perancangan tu nampak berkesan. And then number four, an approach for monitoring company performance relative to the strategic plan. Jadi kita ada sistem untuk mengawal ataupun memantau. Mengawal memantau ni bukan macam nak spot check, tetapi lebih kepada adakah plan tersebut betul-betul berkesan. Is a very effective. So how you want to monitor it? So we do some, maybe tabulate certain kita panggil project paper, dan we do some, kita panggil revision lah, revision. Kita buat semakan, kita buat brainstorming. So from that way, we know what is the slacking part. Kita tahu ada part-part tertentu yang tidak betul. And not with everything first trial is the most perfectionist. Tak mesti percubaan pertama adalah yang terbaik. Sebab tu kena ada tindakan susulan. And projection of the strategy related changes in the key indicator of the company performance. So kena ada projection, ada apa yang you expect untuk jadi. Jadi adakah ia berkait dengan prestasi syarikat punya key indicator? Kalau tak, kena ubah. Kalau ya, okey, teruskan dengan kita kata perubahan yang kalau dia betul, maka kekalkanlah. Jika dia tidak betul, maka ia perlu diubah. Sebab tu kena ada strategic related changes. Because first trial not always the perfect. Kadang second trial is the most perfect than the first trial. Sebab tu kita ada proses percubaan yang kita akan sentiasa untuk memperbaiki. Okay, so thank you for now and thank you for waiting for my link to be uploaded, and have a nice day. Inshallah, I try my best to do the guideline for assessment as soon as possible. I will post it in the group. At the same time, I will brief about it and do the video. Thank you for now. Thank you, and please take care of yourself. And for those who are going and have got your vaccination, I believe that after yesterday the government announcing is about almost 10 millions of the vaccination program, and also the vaccine has arrived in our country. So the speed up of the appointment for vaccination is more frequency, and especially in Klang Valley area. So I hope don't waste the opportunity, don't waste the chance, and don't anti-vaccine, and keep taking care of you and your family. Stay at home and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.